Right then. So, Mr. P, questions for you today. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
How old are you?
50. Bad times.
Where were you born?
I was born in Northwich in Cheshire.
Where did you go to university and what did you study?
I went to that big town down south, London, and I studied sculpture at Wimbledon School of Art.
After university, you stayed in London. What did you do then?
I started a part-time job at what was currently Europe's largest comic store, Forbidden Planet, on New Oxford Street, and I worked there for 10 years, and I left as manager in 2003. So my formative years were spent drunk in the middle of London.
And what did you do at Forbidden Planet?
First I worked on the tills, then I ran the merchandise department because it was at the boom of like media toys, and then I became assistant manager and then manager.
So explain media toys to anybody that doesn't know what they are, because I hadn't got a clue when I first met you.
So I specialised in garage kits initially. My interest was garage kits and Godzilla. By the time I left, I had probably one of the largest Godzilla collections in Europe.
Meet Godzilla. This is the third person in our relationship. He lives on the plate rack.
Europe. Or outside of Japan, anyway. So it's basically that. It's licensed characters, toys and merchandise.
So you're a big kid, basically.
Very big kid.
And you wrote a book, didn't you?
Yes, I wrote a book. The UK's first and only book that's a reference guide to garage kits in the UK.
Very interesting. What is your favourite thing about living on a boat?
Oh, there's loads of things. Loads and loads of things. I like the challenge. I like the coziness of it. I like the fact you have to live minimally and you have to be conscious of your possessions. I love the fact that it's not the ordinary bricks and mortar. There's loads of reasons why I love living on a boat.
Because I had a favourite object on my quiz.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have.
What is your favourite object on the boat?
On the boat? Now that is tricky. I've got to say the cooker.
Not the pink fire.
Not the red fire, no.
The cooker?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Marvellous.
Well, I can't say my Godzilla, can I? My
Your Godzilla that's hidden
Kyoto
away.
Godzilla.
Yeah. What is your pet?
Obviously, just skipping back to that. Second is you.
Oh, thanks. Love you too. What is your pet hate? What makes you angry?
Now, now I am quite. Let me think about this. I'm a very liberal lefty. So things that really annoy me are politics and the exploitation of people and animals. So that's probably my core. Things like HS2 and those sort of things. Big business, corporate world running everything.
Cool. You got off light there, folks, because you can get
If we'd had a couple more drinks,
very
I've been
passionate.
here for about 3 hours.
Okay. What is your favourite snack
Wow.
out of all of them that you like? Because you're a right gannet.
Oh God, that's hard. Food in general, I can't distinguish. Some days I really like savoury, so I like crisps and things, and then other days cake's got to be cake, and then other days it's sweets, and other days it's salad.
Anything.
Anything that I can eat is my favourite at that time.
Okay. What is your favourite book?
Favourite book is, you know this, it's Geek Love by Catherine Dunn. And it's the tale of some very strange characters that live on a travelling freak show in America, set in probably the 50s.
Which needs to be made into a film.
Which needs to be made into a film by
awesome.
Tim Burton.
Yeah, it'd be brilliant.
Or David Fincher. David Fincher would make a cracking job of it. So yeah, Geek Love is by far, I've read it probably about 10 times.
Favourite author?
That can change, but consistently it'd be Charles Bukowski.
Favourite film?
Now, it's either Predator or Aliens.
Oh, no. Not Godzilla.
No, because I class Godzilla as a genre.
Genre.
So I reckon... I mean, Predator blew me away when it first came out, and because of the toy garage kit, it's been a firm fave.
Alright. I wasn't expecting that. Favourite gig?
Tricky. Now, you said Prophets of Rage, and I've got to say, seeing Chuck D and Be Real and the rest of Rage Against the Machine was just pretty phenomenal. Tom Morello. But I've got to say, New Order in London about 2000. At the end of their set, I think it was can't remember the album. It's a pretty naff album. But they did a load of Joy Division songs at the end, which is just mind blowing, brilliant. So yeah, New Order.
Cool. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I'd like to be some sort of artist, craftsman, artisan, crafty, doobry, what's it. Although, as you know, there's a strong possibility that I will never grow up.
This is good.
Yeah.
Don't want you to grow up neither.
Oh, it's a bit deep this, isn't it?
If you could live anywhere, where would it be?
I've got to be honest, I'd like somewhere with a warm climate. And I'm not talking Scorchio, I'm just talking nice sort of 20 degrees.
Europe.
Yeah. I mean, we're looking at, I think, Portugal, really. Portugal's I think it's like 18 degrees in Christmas time. Can
Beautiful.
go up, but yeah. Yeah, there's a great series called The Wildings, if anybody's interested, about a group of people that have moved into sort of like an area of Portugal that has been rewilded. So I'll put a link down below to that, because it's very interesting. So yeah, Portugal.
Favourite holiday?
It was our 2 weeks in France.
When we toured.
Closely followed by Thailand, but Thailand had the wow factor, whereas France had that proper adventure, because we'd only been going out for 2 years. We'd only just got the van, really, and it was like we didn't know what we were doing, and let's go. Yeah, that was nice.
Where did we go in France?
So in France, we lost an Apple MacBook at services. We drove too far, too tired. We had pizza at some weird campsite in just outside Paris. Then we went down to my brother's house in Limoges. Then we went down to the south. Where was that?
Le Cat.
Yeah. Elat, no?
Le Cat.
Then we went up to Gressay-en-Vaucours.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Which was just amazing. I mean, all the holiday was ace, but that was just like, yeah.
Yeah, bottom of the Alps, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a ski resort, but it was summertime on it.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
France.
Amazing country.
If you could change anything about yourself, what would it be? I have a list. No, don't.
Yeah, I don't think I'm that vain, but I used to have a lot of hair.
You want your big throwback?
Yeah, I want my big throwback. Because it upsets me that I haven't got any hair.
There's too many Mohicans and bleach blonde dye.
Yeah. I think if anything, I'd like my hair back.
Okay. If you were a superhero, what powers would you have?
What's this from? Superhero. To eliminate poverty.
Cool. Like it. Last one of mine now. Drum roll. If you could share a meal with 4 individuals, dead or alive, who would they be?
You.
Thanks.
Carla. Vincent van Gogh. And Joe out of Idols.
Cool. Well, that rounds it up for my questions. We are now.
That's very good, Shell. They were very good. Thank you.
Pleasure. Now I'm going to ask you questions that people have asked me to ask you.
Right. Hit me.
Ever thought of living in a wide beam or Dutch barge?
No. I think if we lived in sort of Europe, some of the Dutch barges are just absolutely beautiful, and on big proper shipping waterways, that'd be ace. But in the UK, no. If anything, I'd probably go smaller. There's a company called I think they are called Wilderness Boats that do these like awesome little fiberglass boats, like narrowboats, but like tiny. And I think that really appeals to my adventure side. So I wouldn't go big, I'd go smaller.
Right. Cool. Which school teacher had the most profound impact on you?
Thanks for this one, Scotty. Without doubt, Mrs. Ashbrook. She was a teacher in junior school, so what's that? That's 6 to 11?
Yeah.
I don't know what. It's all different now, isn't it? It's all different now. Back in my day, it was. So Mrs. Ashbrook, I was going through a hard time because my parents were breaking up, and she sort of took me under her wing, and we did a lot of art and things with her, and she encouraged my art, and she was just ace. Mrs. Ashbrook.
What do you do for work?
So I work for a car manufacturer that is possibly the best cars in the world. They are made in Crewe, so it's a good hint of who it is. And I work in quality, making sure a component for the car is correct and pucker. And yeah, I enjoy it. On the whole, it can be frustrating, but
appeals to your perfectionist side, I would say.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Who initiated buying a narrowboat?
It was born of a conversation about why are we struggling to get a deposit together for a house and then be saddled with a mortgage for years.
And living on the river. We lived near the river, didn't we?
Yeah, so what happened, it was either my knee operation or my foot operation. I've had a couple of operations. But in one of those periods of convalescence, I was watching a lot of YouTube about alternative living, tiny house, minimalism, all those sort of things that are in, that lead you naturally to living in small spaces, van life or boat life or tiny house movement. So, and where we used to live was a little village that used to be able to do like a circular walk along the River Weaver. So we'd see narrowboats and houseboats and things, and we just started looking. And then it took us a while to find one, didn't it?
Well, the next question is, did it take long? But I think it took us 2 weeks from the decision to get a boat to the decision to buy a boat.
Yeah, which sounds quick, but literally every minute of those 2 weeks,
2 weeks
we
was
did
hard work. It was knackering.
Yeah, we went to see 4.
Yeah.
We quickly realised that our budget wasn't quite what it needed to be for what we wanted.
Yeah.
So we quickly realised that we're going to have to
expectations.
we're going to have to buy something, rip it apart as a project, and get it done. So we saw some right unbelievable states for a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like nuts. And then we saw this, which it was in reasonable condition, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We could have put up with it if we
wasn't
needed
it?
to.
Oh God, no! I couldn't have put up with that bloody bathroom. No.
Well, it needed work. Let's leave it at that.
Salmon carpets.
Yeah. So we bought this. Got it August bank holiday weekend 2016, 17?
17.
2017, and we took it straight to Northwich Quay Marina in the middle of Northwich, and then ripped it all out, and then had a wonderful chap called Peter help us rebuild it.
And we moved in on Halloween, so that took us how many?
It was 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
Yeah.
How long and why are you vegan?
I used to be vegan when I first moved to London, so I was 89, 90. And then I sort of got into weight training, and I fell for the whole protein myth and sort of started eating meat again. Tried vegetarian for a couple of times, and then we met. Then we were obviously, health was a priority for us, wasn't it? Again, we were eating a lot of chicken, thinking that we were training for an Ironman at the time, half Ironman distance triathlon, and we were still in the you need protein.
Yeah.
And then we saw something. It wasn't one of the main films that everybody sees now. It was a documentary on the BBC about cancer rates and heart disease, and how you can like cure type 2 diabetes with a plant-based diet. And it's quite a natural, I think, if you do love animals and you care about the environment and you want to be healthy. I mean, meat and showers, it made me realise that I want to live a long and happy life. So yeah, veganism will give me that, hopefully.
How long have we been vegan now?
It's probably 4 or 5 years now.
4 years this August, I think.
No, it was April.
Oh, April. Oh, be 4 years, just gone then.
Yeah. So we did the classic. We watched Cowspiracy, then What the Health.
Forks over knives, knives over forks.
Forks over knives. Yeah.
What's the new one?
Game Changers.
Yeah.
So I'll put links to all our things that aided our decision to become vegan. I'll put them in the description box below. But as you know, even if you can just cut down your meat intake, we're not meant to eat 3 meals of meat a day.
Last question.
You're joking, I'm having so much fun talking about myself.
Can you tell us a funny story that has happened to you?
My favourite all-time favourite story was when I was working on the tills at Forbidden Planet. An actor came in, quite a well-known actor. He was only about 5'4". So Sylvester Stallone, no other than Sylvester Stallone. He came into the shop to buy postcards that he could then sign at I think they were doing a gig at Planet Hollywood or something, can't remember specifics. But he came up, he had 2 bouncers with him who were massive compared to him, so it just sort of accentuated the fact that he was tiny. He's broad.
Tall, actually.
He's broad, but no, he's about 5'4".
Is he?
He's probably your size, but twice as wide. Anyway, cut a long story short, he eventually threw all these postcards at me because his card declined, and he just stomped out of the shop in a huff. I thought, how petty is that? If he hadn't reacted like he had, we'd have just given him the postcards. It's like, what? I just couldn't believe it. I honestly couldn't believe it. And I thought it was so funny. Everything about it was funny. The fact that he was like tiny. I didn't realise he was tiny, and then
no, I didn't realise he was little.
His card declined after he was like made a big show of like him and his bouncers coming up. It's just like, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So
that's it.
So that's me. If you've got any questions for me that haven't been covered in this, stick them in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. I hope it's been enlightening at the very least. Thanks to Shell for being such a beautiful question asker.
Pleasure.
And take care of yourselves.
Stay
safe. Stay healthy. And we'll see you soon. Bye.